All right, so today we're here with Ruby, and when I first got here, I was actually really surprised. She did jump up a little bit to see me, but then she calmed down really quickly, and she had already been taught how to mand. So she decided that since the jumping up wasn't working very well, that she could actually start manding, which is when she starts to sit to get attention. Now, she's a very smart dog, and she learns things very quickly. So she had also figured out cleverly that when she sits to get attention, she could also kind of try to invade the person's personal space. So she'd come over and put her paw on me or put her head over my lap, things like that. So I want to remind the guardians that if she comes over to you and is sitting, that's wonderful because we call that's petting with a purpose. But if she starts putting her paws on you to use the escalating consequences, to disagree with her for invading your personal space, but then, so she starts to learn how to come over and wait patiently in a sitting position without invading the personal space. Remember, however she treats you guys is how she'll treat any guest that comes over. However, if you do want to cuddle with her and you want her head on your lap, she's very smart, like I said, so you can definitely start to train her to put her head on your lap. You can come up with a word, say head or lap, whatever you want to use, and so that way she has a command that she associates with this, and she can start to come over, and you can use that as a command, which will differentiate it from her just invading personal space because it's a trained behavior versus her just coming over and invading. So I want to remember to do that. The other things that she was really having some challenges with is her anxiety. So she has anxiety around really anything that gets chaotic. She really wants to look to her guardians as being really calm and good leaders, and anytime that they're jumping in the pool or the kids are over jumping in the pool or playing games, anything that makes them look a little more animated, she tends to get anxious. So what we want to use is some counter conditioning, which you saw in a video above with the car and the vehicle. So she has the same type of anxiety in the vehicle. So what you want to do is take these steps very small. Think about them in small triggers, every little part. So maybe with with playing a game outside. First start by picking up a paddle for table tennis, giving her a treat. Then starting to hit it back and forth a couple times. If she stays in a calm position, give her another treat. So just work her up to longer durations where she stays in a nice calm energy and behavior, and then giving her treats afterwards. Eventually you might be able to work up to her laying down and being calm with an entire game. And that's the goal, is to eventually work up to getting her to be in a nice calm state so she realizes that she still gets attention and she still gets a positive reward for being in that calm state. She doesn't have to be anxious to get attention in that way. When it comes to the pool, we definitely want to start off with just the two guardians. She tends to get a little more anxious if the husband's jumping in the pool, so we'll start there. Have the wife hold onto her, use some counter conditioning, have him go into the pool, have him just start by walking around really calmly, giving her treats, then he can start getting to the point where he's jumping in, so on and so forth, until we start adding more people. You might have to start by being on the second level deck and being farther away at first and being with her and giving her treats. So that's counter conditioning to get her really comfortable so she realizes that everything's okay and her anxiety is not what's keeping things okay. And then the other thing is just to make sure she's staying in a really respectful distance from you when you're eating food, when you're preparing food, and when you're doing the structured eating ritual with her at night and in the morning. We also went over how to use a Martingale collar and leash, which you can look at on Dog on Problems website. You can search for the Martingale collar, and there's some different videos to show you how to use that technique if you forget. And the other thing you can also look on the website for is claiming the door. Claiming the door is an exercise that we use to help keep dogs away from the door, so it could be a great thing to integrate when the kids come over, the grandkids come over, to make sure that she's not invading any personal space and giving you time for your guests to come in a respectful manner. So I just wanted to go over a couple of things like that, and you can also incorporate some fetch as well that can help get some of her energy out, and keep a log. Keep a little journal log of how many times you throw the ball for her and then what her energy level is at the end of the day. How good was she? Was this an A+ day, a B+ day, and seeing how many times you threw the ball. You can find kind of a sweet spot where maybe you throw it 35 times in the morning and she's really calm, great energy all day, not really demanding as much attention, and that would be a time where it's like, okay, so if we do throw the ball 35 times, we have a great, well, calm energy dog. And remember, everything you do trains your dog, just sometimes you mean it.